The golden morning sunlight streamed through the bedroom windows of the grand mansion, casting a warm glow over the expensive sleek sheets. One sighed slightly, feeling the familiar warmth of her husband's arm wrapped securely around her waist. She turned her head to see Jungkook still asleep, his face buried in the crook of her neck, his slow, steady breaths tickling her skin. Even in his sleep, his grip on her was firm, as if he was afraid she would disappear. Jungkook, wake up, she whispered softly, her fingers absent-mindedly brushing through his total black hair. Not yet, 5 more minutes. He grounded. His voice deep and husky from sleep. Instead of losing his grip, he pulled her even closer, bringing his face deeper against her neck. You say that every morning. She giggled, trying to push him away slightly, but he only tightened his embrace because every morning you are in my arms and I'm not letting go. He cracked one eye open, a lazy smirk forming on his lips. His fingers start tracing a small pattern on her lower back, making her shiver. If you don't let me go, who is going to make breakfast? She pouted, knowing full well that he loved her cooking. As if I will let my wife do such tiring work, he huffed, finally losing his hold, but not before pressing a longing kiss against her bare shoulder. I will have the maids do it. You are not leaving my side today. His tone was possessive, his dark eyes staring at her with an intensity that made her heart race. He was so spoiled, she pouted, shaking her head at his possessiveness. Only when it comes to you, Vine rolled her eyes playfully. We have invitation if you remember. I know, he ground laying again while hugging Van tightly and possessively. Even after 2 years of marriage, his obsession with her hadn't faded in the slightest. Yeah, Jungkook, let me make breakfast for you. Her voice got muffled as Jungkook pressed her face against his chest. Yeah, just 5 minutes more. Your stomach is growling, she said while pushing him slightly, but it didn't affect him a bit. He tightened his grip more. Let it grow. I will not die if I starve for some minutes. One ground, hearing him, but couldn't stop her smile. The June estate was alive with chatter and laughter. Family members scattered around, enjoying the evening's festives. Jungkook, who as usual had his arm wrapped over her shoulder, keeping her close. No matter where she went, his touch remained. A hand on her waist, finger brushing against her wrist, lip pressing possessively against her temple every now and then. Wine stood near the bar, sipping her drink while talking to Sophia, Jungkook's sister-in-law. She felt his presence behind her before she even saw him, his arm slipping possessively around her waist as he pulled her against him. You are standing too far from me, he murmured against her ear, his finger lightly tracing her waist through her dress. Jungkook, we are at a family gathering, she whispered, surprising a smile. And he tilted his head, his dark gaze locked onto her like she was the only thing in the room that mattered. God, Jungkook, can't you let wine breathe for a second? She teased, swirling the wine in her glass with an amused smirk. No, he responded, was intense, as if the idea itself was absurd. I swear, Ryan, I never seen a man this vibe. She laughed, shaking her head. Tell me about it. She chuckled, though she secretly loved the attention. You love it. He smirked, brushing his lips against her temple before turning his attention back to the conversation with his father. You should test him sometimes. See how far his obsession really goes. Sophia leaning close, lowering her voice so only one could hear. Test him how? She raised an eyebrow, intrigued. Call him another guy's name and see how he reacts. A mischievous glint spark in her eyes. Oh hell no. Do I look suicidal? Her eyes widened at the reckless suggestion. Come on, just once. It will be hilarious. She grinned, nudging one arm while one glanced at Jungkook, who was engaged in conversation with his father. The idea sent a thrill through her spine. Fine, I will do it, she whispered, her lips curling into a playful smile. This is going to be good, she smirked, sipping her wine, but what Wine didn't realize was that she had just signed up for something far more dangerous than she expected. The atmosphere inside the black luxury car was peaceful, the low hum of the engine filling the space. Jungkook drove effortlessly, his left hand gripping the steering wheel while his right rested on one side. His thumb traced slow, lazy circles over her skin. Vine took a deep breath. Now was the perfect time. Jackson, can we stop for ice cream? She said. Casually, her tone light. Jungkook didn't react. No twitch of the jaw, no narrowing of the eyes, nothing. Vine bit her lips, surprising a grin. Did he not hear her? Minutes later, Jungkook pulled up in front of a small ice cream shop. Stay here. His voice was calm, his expression unreadable as he unbuckled his seatbelt. Jackson, wait. She called again, her voice carrying a hint of amusement. Jungkook froze mid-step. His grip on the door handle tightened. Slowly, he turned back, his dark eyes locking onto hers. What did you just say? His voice was dangerously quiet. Huh? What do you mean? She feigned innocence, blinking up at him. You called me Jackson. His tone was low, sharp, almost warning. No, I didn't. She shrugged, waiting back a smile. Jungkook's gaze lying on her for a long moment before he stepped out of the car. The moment he was gone, Van quickly pulled out her phone and dialed Sophia. He didn't even react, she whispered, half disappointed. Then keep going. He is probably just holding back. All right. She grinned, ending the call just as Jungkook returned, handing her a cup of her favorite ice cream. Here. His voice was even, but his eyes unreadable. Van took a bite, humming happily. Thanks, Jackson. She said sweetly. The silence filled the air while Jungkook sat tense slightly on the steering wheel. Who is Jackson? His voice was low, deadly. I don't know. What are you talking about? She asked innocently. While Jungkook raised his brow, he looked pissed. Too much. You know what I'm talking about, Vine. You keep calling me with another man's name, and I swear it's pissing off the mind of me. Jungkook said his voice was dangerously deep while Vine bit her lip, but before she could answer, laughter bubbled up. Oh my god, Jungkook, it was a prank. Sophia told me to do it. She gasped between giggles. Jungkook smirked, but not his usual playful smirk. It was dark. You asked for it, sweetheart. Mine's laughter stopped instantly, her eyes widened. Wait, Jungkook, no. Before she could react, Jungkook grabbed her waist, pulled her onto his lap, and kissed her. Her ice cream slipped from her hands, spilling onto her lap. Jungkook, you ruined my ice cream, she whined. Then let's switch seats. His smirk deepened, his finger brushing against her. What? Her beat hissed, her heart pounding. So I can eat the ice cream peacefully. His lips brushed against her ear, his eyes dark with amusement, while my cheeks burned. She had just poked the devil and now she was going to pay for it. The soft morning light streamed through the bedroom windows, casting a golden glow on the silk sheets. One lay on the bed, buried under the warm covers, her body aching, in places she'd never thought possible. I'm never pranking him again, she muttered to herself and ground softly as she shifted slightly, only to wince at the that spread through her legs. Just then her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She sighed, reaching out lazily and answering the call without checking the ID. Hello, she said tiredly. So, tell me, how did the prank go? Sophia asked, excitedly while Wine sighed, rubbing her forehead. I'm on bed rest, Sophia, she grumbled. Wait, what? Are you serious? She paused for a second before bursting into laughter. I can't even walk properly right now. Happy? Vine pouted. Oh my god, Vine, I told you to prank him, not sacrifice yourself. Sophia said as she laughed, harder this time. Yeah, yeah, laugh all you want, she groaned, while still pouting with red cheeks. Well, I'm waiting to hear good news soon, she said teasingly that made Vine's eyes widen and cheeks flushed. Sophia, before she could respond, the bedroom door opened and Jungkook walked in, his dark eyes immediately locking onto her. He had a soft smile on his lips, but there was something smug about it, like he knew exactly why she was laying in bed like that. Vine's breath eased. I have to go, bye. She quickly cut the call before Sophia could tease her more. Sophia? He asked while chuckling as he approached as Vian nodded. She was just checking in. Vian said while avoiding his gaze. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, his fingers brushing through her hair gently before leaning down and pressing a warm kiss on her forehead. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I wasn't last night, he said softly while Vian pouted, crossing her arms. You always say that after the damage is done. She half looking away. You started it, remember? He smirked. Never pranking you again. Vian muttered that made Jungkook chuckle, his hand slipping under the blanket to squeeze her hand. His touch was warm, comforting, but a thought suddenly crossed Vian's mind, Sophia's word from earlier. Her heart pounded as she hesitated, debating whether to bring it up. Taking a deep breath, she finally gathered the courage. Jungkook, I was thinking. She paused, playing with the edge of the blanket nervously. He hummed, raising his brow while biting her lip before finally saying it. What if we had a baby? Jungkook stilled, his dark eyes widened slightly, surprise flickering across his face before something even deeper replaced it. It was happiness. For a moment he didn't say anything, just staring at her as if processing her words. Then, slowly, a smile spread across his lips. You want to start a family with me? He said while grinning as Van shyly nodded. I think I do. She felt how fast her heart was beating while Jungkook's heart swelled. He cupped her face gently, his thumb stroking her cheek as his gaze softened. You have no idea how happy that makes me, he whispered, and Van felt warm spread through her chest. But before she could respond, his lips suddenly curled into a teasing smirk. Well then let's start the process, shall we? He said, grinning mischievously while Van's eyes widened, her cheeks turning bright red. Jungkook, she gasped, and Jungkook laughed, dodging the playful slap she aimed at his arm. Not now, I'm tired, she pouted. Fine, fine, he said, still laughing, and with a content sign, he lay down beside her, resting his head on her lap, his arm wrapped around her waist, holding her close as if she might disappear. But how am I supposed to share you with the baby? He murmured while Vine giggled, running her fingers through his soft hair. Don't be jealous of your own kids, Jungkook. She smiled while Jungkook chuckled, closing his eyes as he let her finger lull him into relaxation. I make no promises. He smirked, while Vine shook her head in disbelief before they both laughed, the warmth of their love filling the room.